I hear it all the time from companies that are trying to scale their company that they can't find clients, no one wants to spend money, people don't want to work, they can't build their team. I've worked with hundreds of companies that are currently scaling in 2025, and here are 3 things that they are doing to make sure they don't get stuck like you are. Item number 1, know systems that allow their team to replicate what scales. Everything's in your head, everything's in your heart, nothing's on paper, and you're trying to get people to do what you do the way that you do it by just hoping and praying that they figure it out. Documented systems and process like SOPs, what to expect, how to execute, scripts, things like that allow your team to do things at your standard more repetitively. Number 2, strong leadership. They have the ability to step in, make hard decisions, have hard conversations, and drive growth really effectively. When you hesitate in making decisions and you act as if you are a weak or scarce leader, which a lot of people just do, it's going to cause you to slow down growth, delay decisions, and cannot just stop momentum, stall it, or have it reversed completely. People who really are great at scaling their companies are strong leaders who communicate directly with a very clear vision that can accomplish things through their ability to get other people to grow and evolve as people. Item number 3 that I see missed all the time is not knowing your numbers. The people that I see scaling regularly know their numbers in every department. Knowing your numbers is partially financial. Yes, dollars are numbers, but also understanding how many leads, conversion rates, time on projects, how many people you need, how many trucks you need, what it actually takes to execute your product or service effectively at scale. People think you can hire one person here, one truck here, one tool here. That does not the way the machine works. You need to hire and build based on numbers. How many people do you need to do? How much activity to produce? How much results to get your business to scale? Understanding your numbers of what's important, specific key performance indicators or KPIs, by department. What are your sales KPIs? Marketing, operations, production, finance, HR. There are different departments inside of your company that you really need to understand the numbers related to scaling that company, because making a decision in one department impacts others. And if you don't understand how that equation actually pans out, you will make fragmented decisions that don't work together that will create stagnation or even frustration inside of your company, which, look, no employee wants to work in a frustrating environment. They don't know what to expect, and they don't know what's going to happen one day to the next. So understanding your numbers, yes, financially. If you're somebody who hasn't done their taxes and doesn't have a P&L and doesn't have a balance sheet, cash flow reports, those are things that are needed for you to really understand. Yes, knowing your numbers is, I'll say partially or even majorly in the financial department. But there are numbers that you can track from a data perspective in every department that you can literally just run an equation. If I get X amount of leads, I can get X amount of appointments, I can get X amount of contracts, I can get X amount of deals, make X amount of money, need X amount of production staff, need X amount of trucks, X amount of tools, creates X amount of money. The reality is a business is simply an input and an output. And don't get it wrong. The output is profit to put into your pocket to live your life the way that you want to. The input has multiple points throughout the process that you really, really, truly need to understand what matters and what doesn't. And that allows you to build an equation that escalates the scalability of the output of your company. Look, so those are 3 things that they're doing, but most of the time people don't know where to start. So here are 3 things you can do right now to start to deploy some of these best practices to help your business scale. The first thing I would do is document low value activity that you're doing every day that's causing you to hesitate or slow down high value activity. Think about answering the phone, responding to emails, running sales calls, creating estimates. Document how you're doing it or how you want it done, and then turn it into an ability to train others to do it for you, which means you might need to hire, which means you might need to train, and that might be uncomfortable for you. But if you don't start with it documented, you don't need to hire right now. But if you start documenting what you do, utilizing programs like Loom or just a spreadsheet or a Word document, it doesn't have to be complicated, but start to document what you're doing. So when it's time to hand it off to somebody else, you have this repertoire of trainings and information they can deploy quickly. Number 2, it is probably time to start hiring. What I see holding most companies back is their hesitation on investing in overhead to scale their organization. I would look at your organizational chart and figure out where the biggest gaps are. Is it in sales? Is it in production? Is it in operations? Do you need an admin, an office manager? Do you need a bookkeeper? What do you need to outsource, delegate, or eliminate off of your plate? You being too busy is holding your company back. You might say, well, Mike, I'm the best and the fastest at doing it. Not across everything and not across everything every day. So figuring out what the most important hire for you to make is, because you cannot scale your company without people. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go with many. You're going to need people to scale your company, and there's no way around it. Number 3, if you do not have accurate financials, think P&L, balance sheet, and cash flow. If you cannot project what's happening over the next 90 days or report on what happened over the last 90 days, you are not able to make educated decisions on when you can hire, when you can invest, when you can buy more things, and when you can ultimately invest in scaling your company. So if you don't have systems documented, if you can't hire and you don't have for your financial awareness in place, you are going to be physically handcuffed from scaling your company. Start there. There's probably 100 things beyond that I could teach you. There's 700 videos on this channel of other things to do to grow your company. Check those out. But first, if you could just start to document, start to hire, and start to create financial awareness for your company. Those are 3 things you can do right now. There's nothing stopping you from doing all 3 of those things in the next 30 days. If you're not sure how to do that, you're not sure where to start, or you are just scared to do it alone, click the link below. Let's have a conversation. We have a free course you can start with completely, no obligation. Just click on the link, register. You get access to the free course to help you get started on some of these processes. But ultimately, I own a coaching company to help people like you scale their company the way that they want. If you're struggling figuring out what to do next, click the link. Let's have a conversation with our team. Let's figure out how to get you plugged into the right level to get you the help you need to start documenting, hiring, and creating financial awareness so that you can finally scale your company and win fast and win often.